Hey sippers, the Barbz gang is mad because of course Nicki's still the highest paid female rapper for 2025, still breaking records while she's on a long hiatus, baby. Now, it's miserable at this point. You know, Cardib fans, they're so outraged. They're mad at their own favorite rapper because she's throwing empty promises. You know, she has been promising since last year she was going to drop the album, honey. Still no album. Still no album. She did that song with Party called Toot It Up, and it was so bad. It did not do well on the charts. Like, it's like such a dropout. Okay? Now, it's really sad to me that Cardi B could have a Grammy and this is the outcome of her career. You know, dropping an album since 2019 and waited so many years to drop another one. They're beginning to call Cardi B lazy. I don't know if she's a lazy rapper. I just think probably she's not making as much money from music. So she's focusing on brand deals, you know. And she don't really know how to tell her fans this because, you know, she don't want people to laugh at her and drag her because there's so many stigmas against, you know, Cardi B already. First, they think she did not deserve the Grammy to begin with. Second, they don't think she's talented or she could even rap. You know, and the next thing is they think she's broke. I remember there's this crazy rumor going around on the internet saying, oh, Cardi B, you're broke. Just say that. You know, you're always talking about bills and stressing about Offset, saying that Offset robbed you cold, wipe your nose. Girl, you're just broke. Hence why you cannot put out this album. And she went on her Twitter and she started to post receipts from Tiffany & Co. that she purchased necklaces and bracelets for over $200,000, and she has Birkins. And I'm like, girl, you're in your 30s, you're an adult. Why do you need to prove to people that you're not broke by posting receipts that you purchased jewelry? Like, grow up. Because if someone calls me broke and I know for sure that I'm not broke, I don't need to prove anything. I'm not a child. I think that speaks volumes. And in my honest opinion, I'm not saying Cardi B is broke, but I think there has been some financial woes. Like, she's experiencing some financial issues. And if she is, honey, it's okay. Like, we knew you weren't a billionaire, honey. We knew you ain't related to Queen Elizabeth, boo. We know you were an exotic dancer and you got an opportunity to rap. We know you never really had a rich family background. Like, we know. So we don't expect you to be a billionaire or, you know, someone extravagant. Like, it's okay. Okay, it's okay if your account is not like Kim Kardashian's. Like, you weren't a rich person to begin with. So I don't know why there's a lot of insecurities with her. But at the end of the day, I think it's genuinely sad that her fans, the Barbz gang, and I quote the Barbz gang, has been super supportive of Cardi B, and this is what she's giving them. Nothing. You're giving your fans nothing. You know, you're giving them a period, nothing. And to know that this girl, she got a Grammy for Invasion of Privacy, and then, you know, she's just so busy, you know, talking about her punani on the internet, doing brand deals, and just not releasing music. It's really sad. And what is the issue? What is the reason behind all of this? In my honest opinion, I'm not going to say they're facts, but this is my honest opinion. I think Cardi B has financial issues, and, you know, to put out an album, the record label watches your status, you know, how well you're doing in this industry, to trust if they should spend money supporting your album. And probably they don't see where Cardi B is going to do well. Probably she had a very big moment back in 2019, but she doesn't have that energy anymore. So they're watching her and her status to say, you know what, we don't think we can finance your album because, you know, we don't think you're going to sell tour tickets. We don't think the album is going to do well, and just wait out for a minute. So I think she's actually tricking her fans by promising them the album months after months, years after years, so that they could still stick with her and support anything that she does until she decide that she's going to drop the album. But I don't think she's going to ever drop that album. And it's really mean and selfish to really trick and treat people that way, because they have been your supporters. They're your supporters. You're not supposed to lie and be pretentious with them. I don't like that for the Bardi gang. I'm a Barb, and I don't like that for you guys. You know, she's treating you guys as if you're not important. Like, you know, you weren't there to begin with. And y'all supported Cardi B since her beginning. Since her journey has begun in this industry, the Bardi gang has been there. And this is how she treats you guys. I don't think she respects anybody. I think she's an opportunist. She knows she can't really rap, but she's telling people she's a good rapper. You know, that's nice. We love the enthusiasm. We love that you're boosting yourself up. You know, it's really a good thing to do. And another thing, I think the divorce with Offset, well, the possible divorce with Offset is stressing homegirl out. And I think this is her karma, and I'm not laughing at her pain. I just think, you know, the Barbz could laugh at her pain, Nicki could laugh at her pain, but I won't, because at the end of the day, when it comes to a woman, you know, being in a situation with a man, I'm always going to take a woman's side, period, because I think what Offset did was so wrong. Like, you calling her burnt out on the internet, saying, oh, I already smashed that, she's just a baby mom. That's disrespectful to me. And yet, I don't really feel sorry for Cardi B. Why? You was so busy to pay someone to go attack some girls over Offset. Like, you almost went to prison for a man who doesn't even care about your well-being. And I think that should be a lesson. And I think if Cardi B were to ever go back to this man, like, girl, you need therapy. You need therapy for self-love, because you're lacking it. And I think she wants some attention from Nicki Minaj. And because Nicki's so smart, by the way. Nicki knows that Cardi B's planning to roll out her album. And of course, you know Cardi B, when she's dropping something, she needs drama. So what Nicki did was like, oh, you know what? I'm going to go on a hiatus so that, you know, she can't even use my name for anything, because I'm not saying anything on the internet. I'm not doing anything. You know, I'm really just minding my business. I'm here making coconut music with my Trinidadian family. By the way, I really disliked that they were trolling Nicki Minaj, saying she's making coconut music, because I thought that was so disrespectful, but yet funny, because I love Trinidad and I'm such a carnival lover. Like, I love soca. Okay, but Nicki really is minding her business. So, you know, Cardi B don't really have an opportunity to beef with Nicki, so she could draw some attention to herself to drop the album. So I love that Nicki is so smart and she knows exactly what she's doing. But hey, let's see what happens. What is Cardi B gonna do? Let me see those comments. Share y'all thoughts in the comment section. Like this video, share if you care, and see you guys another time. And thank you so much for always sipping with us.